everybody's wrong. Rewrote the song, thoughts become action. Tell me what's happening. Wish your mind wrapped around.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tipsy, and welcome back to another episode of Free for All Trickshotting. This is my 5th episode, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So today I'm going to be talking about my first job. So ever since I had turned 15, I always wanted to work as soon as I turned 16 because the legal age for working here in Illinois is 16 in most places. So I always thought to myself, as soon as I turn 16, I'm going to get a job. And the reason I did this is because I wanted to get a car early. I wanted to do all these things. But for me, it didn't turn out exactly like that because, a 16-year-old with some pretty good money, those two things just don't add up. But, I was pretty responsible with my money for the most part, but then there was always that one thing that cost like $200-$300, and I always wanted to buy it, and I'm like, what, fuck it. So, I was pretty responsible with my money because I paid everything that I actually had to pay, but then again, I did spend it like a little kid and kind of got everything that came to mind and didn't really analyze what I needed and what I wanted and stuff like that. I mean, I got all my payments and shit done, but either way, I think I could have been a little bit more responsible with my money, and then this way I could have had a brand new car by now. But whatever, let's just get into what I wanted to talk about today. So, like I was saying, I wanted to get a job as soon as I turned 16. So I went to go apply on, literally as soon as I turned 16, I started thinking about where I'm gonna apply. The first place that I went to go apply at was a diner that you guys probably know about already. It's called Denny's, and the reason I applied at Denny's was, one, because it was really close to my house. It was about a 3-minute drive, so I wasn't gonna waste that much gas. Another reason that I applied there was because I was really familiar with the place and familiar with the food there. I knew just about everything on the menu, so I found it pretty easy to get used to all that kind of stuff. And it was a fun environment. Everyone that I was working with was actually really fun and cool. Of course, there was those times where people got greedy. So, working at a place like this where you get to take as many tables as you can and keep all the tips that you receive, you want to take as many tables as you possibly can to make as much money as you possibly can. That sometimes does create a few problems with people, people start to get greedy and money crazy. It's just, I don't know. But overall, it was a fun environment. I loved working there. When I started working there, I was working 5 days a week, 5 to 6 hours a day. And during my training, I was getting paid $8.75 plus whatever tips I would make, which wasn't very much because I wasn't really taking tables. I was just kind of like learning and following people, but I was still making some money. So obviously, I was happy with the money that I was making. And then I started getting into my actual job. Then I was working 6 hours a day, Wednesday through Sunday. I was working Wednesday through Sunday, and I started at 4 every day, and I finished around 10, sometimes 11. So, the hours were sometimes different depending on how busy it was and whatnot. But starting at 4, you can kind of realize right away that this was kind of a mess up on my schedule for school and sleeping and homework and other activities. I get out of school at around 2:55, then I get home around 3:20, and then I have to walk from my bus stop to my house, which takes about 15 minutes. So I would get home around 3:40, 3:50. I had to go to work right away, so I started at 4, so I had to get home, get ready, and as soon as I got ready, I was out that fucking door. So as soon as I would get home, I would take a shower, get all my shit ready, and go straight to work because I would start at 4. And I was usually never late. I was probably late about 2 times, but that was because they switched the schedule on me and I didn't know, but that's something else. But like I was saying, I would get straight home. Oh, that could have been so fucking nice. Like I was saying, I would get straight home and then I would go straight to work, but this was kind of the life that I was living at this time. So it was literally school, work, school, work, school, work, school, work, school, work. And I had no time for friends, no time for YouTube, no time for anything really. But, I was making money, so at this time, this is all I really cared about. I kind of started to realize, I don't want to keep living this sort of lifestyle, come straight home from school, go to work, school, work. So I started to kind of consider where I was working. Why the fuck would you jump off, you monkey cock? So like I was saying, I was working 5 days a week, 5 to 6 hours a day. And it was just a really busy schedule, and I was just always so stressed out because, as you can imagine, working at a diner like this, especially on the weekends, especially mornings, late nights, it was very, very busy, and it was a really stressful environment. But I got through it most of the time, and I started to think about it. I don't want to work here for much longer. It's such a stressful environment. It's such a stressful job. I was making money, but I don't think it was worth all the time that I had to put into this job, you know, and especially as my first job. And then I started kind of realizing, like, god damn, these paychecks are pretty small, because I don't want to say exactly how much I was making every 2 weeks, but I assure you that I was supposed to be making way more than I should have, because I was working basically a full-time job over the summer as a 16-year-old. So basically what I did was I started paying attention more to how many hours I worked that week, the amount of money I would make off of tips that week, the amount of money I would make from, you know, how much money I was supposed to make from my paycheck. And I kind of started to, you know, write it down, and then I started kind of figuring out, you know, this doesn't fucking add up. There's so much money missing from this. I should be getting this much money, and I was not getting that much money at all. So over the summer, I was working literally a full-time job, because I was working over 40 hours a week. I was working around 50 hours a week, actually. Every day I would work from 5 to 1, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I would work 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So, you know, this was multiple hours every week, and at this time I was working Tuesday through Sunday, so it was literally a full-time job. The days that I would work late nights, I would have some tips left over, but since the managers would leave around 4 a.m. and I had to stay until like 6, 7 a.m., I wouldn't get some of the tips, because you're not allowed to take money out of the register unless there's a manager around. I would just wait till the next day and get my money. But so I would ask my managers, you know, hey, I still have this amount of money left that I need to receive. And they'd be like, cool, just keep the little slip that says how much money you made that night and show it to the general manager. He'll give you your tips or whatever. So that's what I did. I told him, I'm like, you know what, I need my tips. I'm not receiving all my tips. I'm here like 3 hours after the managers leave, so obviously I can't take my tips myself, but I need my money. I don't know what you're gonna do about it, but I need my money. And he would be like, oh yeah, just go ahead and just finish your job, do whatever you gotta do. I'll get it to you by the end of your shift. And I would wait, you know, shift after shift after shift, and it's like, where's my fucking money, bro, you know? So it was starting to get annoying, because I'm not making as much money as I actually should be making. So when you start working here at Denny's, you know, they take some money off of your paycheck to pay for the uniform that they let you have. Oh shit, here we go. Okay, never mind. And you know, that's okay. It's only like 20 bucks and it's off your first paycheck, but then I started kind of realizing that they were taking money off of my my actual paycheck every week for my uniform. And I asked around, I was like, do they do this? Like, is it a rental uniform, or what the fuck is it? Why are they taking 20 bucks off my paycheck every week? And they were like, no, it's supposed to be just a one-time charge. And I'm like, okay, then where the fuck is all this money going to? You know, that's kind of annoying, because it's like they're stealing your money, you know what I mean? Not only that, I was getting a lot of money deducted from, I don't even know where the fuck it was going to. But my paychecks were starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then I kind of had enough, and I was like, I told my manager, you know, I'm not going to keep working here if my paychecks are going to get fucking robbed like this. So if I don't get my money, I'm not going to work here anymore. And then all of a sudden the money started to come back, so I was like, what the fuck, you know? This is kind of weird. Okay, here we go. What the fuck? How does it not hit? But, so yeah, the money started to appear back on my paycheck, and I'm like, okay, so it was as simple as just telling the manager, come on, all these shots could be hitting right now. I'm fucking trash, so. Alright, I know that I'm gonna hit this fucking game, because I can feel it. I can feel it in my balls. I know I'm gonna fucking hit. Okay, maybe not. Come on, I need to hit something! Here we go. Okay, never mind. Like I was saying, the money was starting to come back to my paycheck, and I was wondering, like, how is it so easy to just take money off of someone's paycheck and not even, like, notice it? Come on, you fucking pussy! Okay, so I guess I'm not hitting a shot this fucking game. That's cool. Oh, you're gay. So yeah, I kind of just wanted to explain a little bit about my first job and the reasons that I liked it, the reasons that I didn't like it, the reasons that I quit. So if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a fat ass thumbs up down below. And if you're new to my channel, remember to hit that subscribe button for more awesome content like this. I'm going to be uploading 3 to 4 times a week. Anyways, it's been your boy Tipsy. Peace out, everyone.
No! Vicious. Damn, that was so weird. I didn't die. Remember when I said I'm gonna use this more fucked up? I haven't died since then. do it all in the air. You fucking did it and then
I feel paralyzed.